Hello, I'm Debbie Bell-Hosking for FinextraTV, and I'm joined by John Hutton of LexisNexis Risk Solutions. We're chatting about ACH payments. John, a big welcome to the studio.
Thank you, it's great to be here.
It's good to have you here. Good to talk ACH payments. It's a payment method that has rapidly grown. Can I ask you please, first of all, to define what an ACH payment is, its use case, and also why this growth?
There's some great questions. An ACH payment is a US digital payment that uses a bank-to-bank transfer. There are two real use cases. One of them is a direct payment and the other is a direct deposit. So if you want to pay your mortgage bill or any other bill payment or transfer from one account to another, then you would use a direct payment for that. Very, very simple, done on a daily basis and easy to use. And then you have a direct deposit, which is, for example, a government wanting to pay a social security payment or a large organization wanting to pay a salary run, for example. And I think over 95% of the workforce in the US will have received their salaries through ACH at some time.
So what would be the key reason for the failure of an ACH payment? And can you also underline the importance of having an accurate and recent routing transit number?
Well, there are several reasons as to why a payment would fail. One of the main ones would be insufficient funds, but also incorrect account information. And as you quite rightly pointed out, that routing transit number is really, really important. Now, a routing transit number is a 9-digit identifier that allows the beneficiary bank to be identified. So to give an example, if you want to write a letter and you need to send that somewhere, then you've got to put on the right address and the right postcode, or it's not going to reach its intended address. It's the same with a payment. You need to have that routing transit number in order to be able to identify the beneficiary bank, otherwise it's not going to get there.
Let's talk about organizations. Why do they fail to get the most up-to-date data on routing ACH payments?
Well, sometimes they don't even know where to get the data. It's not widely known where there's a central repository. And also within organizations, you may have different departments working side by side, that one's actually administering the data and the other one's processing the payments, and never the twain shall meet. And therefore, in that instance, you will have disconnects, and maybe the data that they have isn't quite up to date, and payments are being processed, and those payments can invariably fail, and that can lead to huge operational issues and costs, of course, and ultimately delays for the customer.
And then, John, where does Nacha fit in this picture, and particularly in terms of your relationship? So we've got Nacha and we have LexisNexis Risk Solutions.
So Nacha, who are the National Automated Clearinghouse Association organization, they are the administrator of the ACH network. And LexisNexis Risk Solutions are the official registrar of the ABA routing network, which are the routing transit numbers. So together with us, with the data that's required to ensure that we have these routing transit numbers available, and I think we have over 10,000 banks and organizations, financial institutions, and over 90,000 branches available within that data set. Well, working together with Nacha is really strategically important for the US, because organizations across the US need to know that this data is available, and they need to download it in a frequency that's appropriate for their business. And I think some organizations, that will be on a daily download, just to make sure that when they've got a high volume of payments, that they've got the right information so that those payments can go through each and every time.
John, thank you so much. Great to talk to you about ACH payments, particularly as I'm hearing more and more about them as time goes on. So thank you for explaining them to us.
Thank you, Debbie.